Hi everybody, in this video I shall be explaining the concept of business model. And to explain this concept, I'm going to be using the business model canvas to show us how to build a business model, to show us the elements of that business model, and to demystify the whole concept of creating a profitable business model. But this video particularly, I'm going to be focusing on just one of the 9 building blocks of the business model. And the first one that I'm going to be focusing on today is called the value proposition. The value proposition. What does this mean? Value proposition. The value proposition simply means the value that you're providing for your customer. This is the benefits, and sometimes it could represent the features of your product that makes it attractive for your customer. Is a way of telling your customer that, hey guys, this is the value that I'm trying to provide for you. If you buy my product, if you buy my service, this is what you're going to benefit from this product. And that's the value proposition. So like I said before, there are 9 building blocks of the business model. Using the business model canvas, we can see this one is the value proposition. It's very important. That's why it's very big. You see, the value that you're providing for your customer. You provide the value and you get paid for providing that value. Okay. The second one is customer relationships. This is how you keep your customers engaged. If you want to build your customer intimacy, you want to be intimate with your customer, you want the customers to keep buying from you instead of your competitors. This is how you keep them engaged. This is how you get them to even spend more with you. So the value, or let me say the extent of your customer relationship, how deep it is or not, will determine if your customers are going to be engaged, and it's going to determine if your customers are going to keep buying from you instead of your competitors. This one, which is the channels, represents how you intend to reach your customers and how your customers will get in touch with you. You can also call it distribution. Okay, if you want to produce a product and you want to sell through a distributor or maybe through a partner, that's your way of thinking about how you're going to reach them. Okay, so you can reach them through your partner, you can reach them online, direct to customer, you can reach them maybe physical location, just like Starbucks, for example. They have the stores, that's a physical location. You can buy online, and that's e-commerce. So this represents the channel, how you intend to reach your customer. This is the customer segments. Okay, your customer segments are group of customers with the same features. Maybe they have the same buying pattern, they show the same behaviors, or maybe you want to segment them maybe using gender, you want to segment them using income or their location, which is geographical based segmentation. So customer segments just represent group of customers with the same identifiable similarity. Your revenue streams represents the ways you intend to capture value. So you're providing this value for your customer, then this is how you're going to capture value. Is it going to be through subscription? Is it going to be through transaction, one-time based fee? Is it going to be outcome based, just like Gen AI is doing right now? Is it going to be pay as you go? You understand? This is your cost structure. This is the cost that you incur by providing this value to your customer. Okay, you're providing this value to your customer, and if you're doing that, it's going to cost you. Okay, this is your cost structure, so you have to put that in mind when you're designing your business model. What is it going to cost you? This is your key resources. Your key resources are your physical location, the cash, your intellectual property, copyrights, trademarks, and your employees as well. So how are you going to configure and deploy these key resources to deliver your value proposition to your customer segments? So you have to figure out your key resources while building your business model. Then another one is key activities. These are the operations, your processes, your workflows that is going to allow you to deliver your value proposition to your customer, that you're trying to keep engaged to your customer relationship, that you're keeping in that you're reaching through these segments with the hope of generating revenue from them through revenue streams. So these are your key activities. So when your employees go to the workplace on a daily basis, they undertake key activities, okay, to deliver your value proposition. So sometimes when figuring out these business models, we find out that we don't have the required expertise or the knowledge or the resources that we need. And sometimes we have to take on partners. So these are called key partners. So when you're trying to build your business model, you figure out what are the partners I'm going to need that will help me deliver my value proposition to my customers. So your partners will give you the resources, the expertise, the knowledge, and sometimes you can even leverage the customers of your partners. So you have your partners working with you to deliver your value proposition to your customer segment, but because you're working with this customer partner, you might, depending on the agreement that you sign with them, you might be open, or let me say, a new opportunity of satisfying a new set of customer might become available to you as a result of working with a partner. So you choose your partners wisely so that you leverage their expertise, their knowledge, their resources, and to help you deliver your value proposition to your customer segment. Okay, now let's go to the value proposition in details. Okay, this is your value proposition. This is the value that you're providing, and this is a customer profile, okay, that you hope to deliver the value to. Your value proposition, which is your product or your service that you're trying to bring to the market, okay, product and service that you're trying to bring to the market, you before you do that, okay, you first conduct a market research. Some people want to start businesses, but they don't want to conduct a market research. You need to conduct a market research. Your market research will help you to identify the pains that the customers are experiencing. The pains are these unmet needs. Your customers have needs that has to be met, okay? And once you do your market research and you identify these pains, and these pains can be listed as customer jobs, okay? So a customer job might be, okay, to start my day, I need caffeine. And you're trying to, and that's a pain. And maybe to get that caffeine where they live, they don't really have a coffee store. And you're trying to bring out that new coffee store in that location, for example. You make it possible for them to get rid of this pain through your pain reliever. So your pain reliever is your new store, new coffee store that you're providing to the community that is going to give them these caffeinated products like coffee and whatever it is that you're selling, that in your coffee store, that is going to get rid of this pain, so that when they buy it from you, these jobs are fulfilled, because customers hire product and services to do these jobs so that these pains can be eradicated. And once they realize that, they come to your store, the customer service is awesome, they get the coffee very fast. That's gains. Okay. So we going back to the example of the coffee store again, you make sure your coffee store has some elements, some features. Maybe the store is very nice, the decor, and your service is very fast. You give them a personalized greeting. You know their names. You remember their names. Your employees engage in conversations, interesting conversations with your clients that are coming to the store to get the coffee. These are game creators. You're not just giving them coffee, you're giving them this satisfaction that, oh, I'm starting my day with this interesting conversation. These guys acknowledge me. They acknowledge the fact that I'm coming over there to get coffee. I like this experience going to that store. So you fashion out your value proposition, your product or service to make sure that it consists of pain relievers. You can create these pain relievers because you've done your market research, you understand the customers, you know their pain. Okay, so in your product or your service, you make sure you have these gain creators, something that is going to get rid of the pain and that is going to give them an added benefit. So for example, in the coffee instance, you giving them caffeine, okay, which is you know getting the job done for them. Then you're giving them a good experience. That's a gain. You understand? So your product and service must have gain creators, must have pain relievers, and this is a way of you even differentiating yourself from other competitors. Okay, so when your product is not just doing the job of getting coffee for your customers coming to your coffee store. When you give them an added advantage, something that they might not get from other coffee stores, okay, that's a way of differentiating yourself from other competitors. So you make sure you craft your value proposition to satisfy your customer, to get rid of their pains, and to even give them an added advantage so that they would want to come back to you instead of going to your competitors, and you get their job done. So remember, customers buy product and services to perform certain jobs, and they hope that these jobs will get rid of their pains and it's going to give them an added advantage. So once, as a business person, once you want to bring a product or service to the market, you make sure you create your product and services in a way that is going to eradicate customer pains by the way of pain relievers and give them gains by the way of gain creators. So make sure you understand what's going on in the market through your market research, identify these pains and identify the jobs to be done. Once you identify the jobs to be done and you understand the pain, it is then that you create a product or a service that is going to get rid of the pain through your pain relievers and give them these gains through your gain creators. So it's really easy, but you have to do your market research, understand your customers, get this intimacy, empathy, understand what they're feeling, and from there you'll be able to create product and services that is going to satisfy them. An example will be Uber. Okay, if you look at the business model of Uber, they give you rides. You don't have to own a car to get Uber. You can get from one place to another. You don't want to use public transport. So it's a way of, riding in a car, not driving, still maintaining your privacy if you want to get if you don't want to share, because now you have an option to share. But, Uber gives you the opportunity to easily get a car, choose a ride. You have options of the kind of rides you want to choose, and it's going to get you from A to B, from home to work, as it is in this example right here. You don't have to go to the bus stop, wait for your bus, go to the train station, sit with strangers that you don't know. Everything gets awkward. You want to go to your work from your house, step in front of your house, there's a car waiting for you. You're greeted, you enter the car, drops you off at work, then you don't have to argue the fees with the driver. Your fee gets taken out from your credit card. So there's simplicity, the ease is the business model, is the value proposition. It is the pain reliever that Uber has made to make sure that you stick with them. Okay, the gain creators are the fact that you can get your car to your destination, but then everything is seamless. You get your car, it comes to you. You can track your journey. The money gets taken out from your account. If you want to tip your driver, you can tip him or her. So Uber coming to the market understood the customer pain, getting from A to B without having to use the public transport. And they knew the just to be done. They realized that you don't want to argue with the driver, for the fees. You want to get your car to you at the right time and things like that. And they created a value proposition, which is the car service, the rides, okay, to to enable you to avoid using public transport, having to wait. Sometimes the cars don't come. These are the pains, okay? And they created this service for you, okay, so that you can get rid of this pain and so that you can get these gains. Then these gains is you get to your place of work, you don't have to argue, you get to your destination, the money gets taken from your account, it's easy, there's comfort. You might not want to have a conversation with anybody. I want to get to my destination, sit at the back of the car in my comfort, relaxed setting and get there. So they make it possible for you to do this because they've done the market research, they understood the pain, they knew the jobs to be done, and they were able to craft this value proposition uh, to entail the pain reliever and the gain creators. And this value proposition was able to set them apart from competitors. And now, when you want to get from one place to another, what do people say? I'm just going to Uber. That's the essence of crafting a value proposition. So, in the next video, I'm going to be focusing on another aspect of the business model canvas, which is going to be customer relationships. Okay, so stay tuned, and I want you to share and subscribe to this channel. We're going to be bringing you more tips on how you can improve your business acumen. And for more information, business model canvas is explained in details in our website, schoolofmba.com, schoolofmba.com. If you go to schoolofmba.com, you get access to courses. There's a free course over there. It's just 36 minutes. And after that, you have some paid courses. One is like 4 hours. It's called Business Mastery. You understand business. You understand how to design a business model, how to lead a team, how to craft a winning strategy for your organization, how to understand the financial aspect, like, interpreting on income statement, position statement, and cash flow statements, how to run a global business, how to engage your team, how to motivate the team. So if you want to be an all-round business professional, or let me say, you want to start a business, you need the knowledge to run a team to grow your business, go to schoolofmba.com and you're going to be wowed. All right. So stay tuned for the next video on customer relationships, and I'm going to see you around. Have a nice day, guys. Bye.